Hey, hey. Shane Van Boening and Jeff Jimenez. It's Ken Brown here, guys, doing some commentary. We just noticed that nobody else was in the room. And looks like Shane's at the first break here. Jeff's a really interesting player to watch. He's from around our area, and I've played him a few times. He's a very quick player. He doesn't take very long to sight the ball, and I don't see this match um, lasting very long, to be honest, because Shane's a very smooth and fairly quick player as well. And anyways, but Jeff gets going. He gets going pretty good. His speed picks up as he gains confidence, and he can really shoot some quick shots. I think he's a little better than 600 Fargo rated, so it's a pretty interesting match here.
That's pretty close to there, yeah.
Obviously Shane's the favorite, but
this is a really tough angle.
Yeah, I was on this table earlier, and so were you. I think
Yes, I was. It's just I didn't really notice it until we went to the other tables.
Yeah,
and back to this one, you're like,
it's harder to see where the angles that these guys have for their shots and how they're lining up on these ones. A little different.
Got a good hit. He's got a rail, but he's left the one ball over the pocket.
I'm sure Jeff's really thrilled to be in this match right now with Shane, and Jeff's obviously been playing well today. If he's still running on the A side, so I'm like I said, I'm sure he's thrilled right now to get a chance to play against Shane. Let's see if when Jeff gets playing, if he plays a little more slow and deliberate, or if he because he's a very quick player. Shane's a little short on this, I think.
Jeff must be running well because in his first match, he defeated Tyrell Blowers, and he's a 709.
Right. Good player.
7-3 too, so. Great carom there.
Yeah.
Control of the three. Opens that whole side. Takes care of all the problems there, right?
Just a little stun up shot here.
A little bit of angle to go into the rail and back out for the 6.
Yeah, I think he keeps it into that corner. Just try to get fairly straight on it. So he can just draw back to where he wants to be on the 7. He doesn't need to move this very much.
I saw a video. I think it was called Race to 9 is the guy that made the video on YouTube, and it was an analysis of certain tournaments, some of the bigger tournaments during 2010 to 2019 that SVB played in. And now I think there's a little bit of a math issue, but maybe it's on my end. I think there was about 173 events. And it went through and it listed how many people won each event. And, it's like Jason Shaw won 6, and,
right.
A bunch of people won 1, a bunch of people won 2, a few people won 3, a few less won 4, a couple guys won 5, Jason Shaw won 6, and then they had a couple more. And then there was a gap to Dennis Orcolo won 17, right? I mean, 17 of those events.
Wow.
And then it went and showed you how many Shane had won, and Shane had won 43.
Wow.
In 10 years compared to Dennis Orcolo's,
who was 17. Second with 17.
Like, that's incredible dominance. And over such a long period, it's rare you see somebody who competes so dominantly over a long period of time. And 10 years in sport is a long period of time.
And just when you think he's starting to slow down a little bit, here he goes, bam, he wins knocks off a couple events at the U.S. Open, and he's just right back in it again. Right back in the talk of the best player in the world again. All right, here we're going to see a little bit of what Jeff can do now.
I'm looking at Shane's profile on AZ Billiards, and just in 2024, according to their numbers, he's won over 110,000 so far this year.
Mm-hmm.
Came in third in the Derby City Bank, second in the One Pocket, third in the Master of the Table, won the Bayou State Classic 9-ball, second in the One Pocket.
That's actually kind of sad when you think about it. We're 7 months in, and one of the best players in the entire world is I'm sure with the sponsorships and all that stuff, he makes pretty good money, but for the prize money for the events and stuff like that he's won and he's made, it just seems like at this day and age it should be a lot more than that.
But it's getting there.
Yeah.
If you think of the prize money 10 years ago before Matchroom started getting involved, I mean, we were lucky if we had 25 events a year.
It's getting better.
Yeah,
it's getting better. There's no question.
There's so many events nowadays that guys can skip an event or choose to play in a different event because there's 2 on that week. But he won Skinny Bob's 9-ball Classic, the U.S. Open 10-ball, U.S. Open Bank Pool, U.S. Open One Pocket, first in the Premier League pool.
Like you say, just to be so dominating for so long, kind of Efren Reyes-ish. You know what I mean? Like, he's definitely in the same conversation when we talk about the greatest ever. Shane's name definitely comes up.
Has to.
Yeah. When I was growing up, it was when I was first starting out, it was Earl the Pearl and his rivalry with Efren Reyes at the time. It seems like Efren ultimately came out on top of that.
Am I older than you or something?
Why?
I'm thinking of Mike Siegel and
Rempy
and Nick Varner, and it's like, am I really that old?
God bless those guys, but they're all great players for their time. But when you watch the skill level now of a lot of the top players, and then you go back and you watch some of those other matches from I guess I'll call them the old timers. There is quite a difference, I think, now in the way that the guys play. Although it's funny that Willie Mosconi can hold a record for however many 57 years or whatever it was.
I think it was, yeah.
That's crazy.
And then to have it broke twice
within
so
2 years.
Together.
Yeah, like so close like that. Unbelievable. I thought when John Schmidt broke his record that no one was going to break it for another 50 years.
I know.
And Jason Shaw comes along and says, nope.
Yeah, to be John Schmidt thinking I've done it. I've cemented my name in the histories of pool as the man that beat Willie Mosconi's record. And now this one is going to stand for even longer. And then it barely makes it 2 years when Jason Shaw comes up and crushes it.
I think I definitely believe that John Schmidt's going to be, going on some of these straight pool sabbaticals where he goes and tries to, spends a week at a pool hall and tries to beat the record. I don't think he's done quite yet. I think he's gonna be taking another run at it at some point here. But I mean, just shows you that Jason can clearly, get in there. And if it wasn't for Jason touching a ball, I think on the 59th ball or something, that
be
record
even more.
it'd be 700 and something. It's crazy. I thought it was interesting that John Schmidt beat Willie Mosconi's record by exactly 100. So and then Jason almost up until the disqualification of 59 balls, he was almost exactly 100 over John Schmidt as well. So
I kept waiting to see if Mazda was going to sponsor John somehow with the 626.
Oh, right.
I would have been sending a letter off right away.
Right.
Jeff with a long tester on the one. Likely going to try and tuck that one ball on a side rail. Try and get that cue ball back into that top right corner area. Or do you knock it back down table? You could send the one ball.
Yeah, and your cue ball kind of over here
area.
Oh, how come I draw? There it is. That's kind of what he did.
Wow.
Good. Very good, Colin.
I know more than I can do. It's actually quite a confidence boost when you sit here and you analyze some of these things and you start to get some of them right that they're doing. You're like, oh, okay, I and it's not like, yay, how good am I? It's more like, oh, phew, I'm on the right track.
Yeah. Remember when we did that the one with Eric Vargas and Yuto, I remember I said and I really didn't mean it the way it sounded, but I said to you, you get more right than you get wrong. And I didn't mean it that way. I just meant that you get an awful lot right when we're doing these things.
Thank you. I have a lot of fun doing them. Is he going to go after the combo here? The table's kind of wrecked. Like the 3 ball is not easy. It doesn't have really, unless that one goes by the 4, which I don't believe it does.
Jeff is
what do I know?
Fire that sucker in, and I don't know. I think
one under the wrong side column.
I don't know if he plays this combo into the side here, and the 3 squirts out to this side of the table. He's playing the carom, possibly. Yep.
And safe.
I think
you're right. I think it was the carom.
Yeah, and he would have been burnt there, but
the angle seems to be fooling me on shots that are coming this way, sort of thing, because I thought he was going to play safe on that.
Yeah. Let's see how this lines up.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
Oh, just tucks it right in there.
Now,
the old 2 rail kick shot. You can make the 3 in the side on this.
This might go.
I don't think you can see that. I think the 7's blocking it, isn't it?
He's got some of it. I just don't know if he can hit it before he touches the 9. So I think he's got some of this ball right here.
See, and I'm thinking he's going that way. Going the top right rail, and then the right hand rail.
Not loving it. I guarantee you that.
It wasn't high on his list of things to accomplish today. He's just kicking 1 rail at it.
Yeah. Oh, it was a 4 ball first.
Yeah, and Jeff immediately stops the cue ball.
Yeah.
Acknowledges the foul. Oh, I think.
These little
Zach was originally booked for this match.
Yes, he was.
So I just offered to dip out if he wants in.
And I can also do the same if you're, because I am going to be here for the rest of the night, and you want to get out of here fairly soon. So if you want to stay here, Colin. And I think Zach just said no.
I know, but he did ask for this match first, so
he did, yeah. Here, I'm gonna dip out because I'm gonna be here for the whole night. So I'll dip out of this and I'll let you guys jump in.
Okay. Well, thanks very much, Kenny. Yeah, we got a list here of matches that everybody wants to do and signs up for and asks for, and they try and spread them out for us because of course everybody wants to do SVB's match and Tony's match and all the other amazing players that are here. And this is our first time doing a group commentator session, so there's quite a few of us here. I hope you guys are enjoying it. And it looks like Zach will be here in a few minutes. Sorry, folks, I wasn't keeping up with the chat here. Aiming low, spinning around the cluster down at the end. Just play this just enough to move the cue ball away from the rail to shoot the 7. And depending on his angle here, he may just roll into the 9, but looks like he's just going to play a little stop shot. No, he had more angle than I thought. Drifts over for the 8 in the same pocket. This time he'll draw back, or is he stunning over? Stunning over. Didn't quite get there, but that's okay. He's not going to take too much time, and he'll hit the center of the pocket and go up 5-0. Breaking in rack number 6. Trying to pot the 5 in that top right corner pocket, and Jeff is able to. One ball got kicked, and it might end up ugly behind the 3. Just when it looked like he was going to get a chance to start a rack off, a 3 ball comes into town and ruins the show. Jeff's going to have to find a push here that he can use better than SVB. That's not a tall order, is it? Not sure what he's left Shane. Whatever it is, he's giving it back. Maybe he just wanted to improve the angle so he could go 2 rails, clip the 1. Oh, and he's left it over the side pocket. The odds of clipping that 1 ball clean past the 3, though, gosh. I would have thought that had been fouled up at some point in there. Yeah, one ball clearly in the side. How is he going to get on the two, though? Just a little bit of top right. Try and come across by that middle diamond just to the left of the pocket. Or the first diamond to the left of the middle pocket. There we go. 3 ball goes past the 6. Just a little bit of top left to come inside the 7-8. Jeff's got good control of that cue ball. And again, just drawing out you want to be just past the pocket line. So somewhere in here. Always going to be on the wrong side of the pocket line. What I mean by that is if you draw a line from the center of the pocket through the center of the bottom of the 7, that'll tell you which way your cue ball is going to go afterward. So now that he's on the left side of that pocket line, cue ball has to go into this corner area. Hopefully he can hold it there to cut that 8 in the side. Mr. Zach Zager, how are you, sir?
Good, Colin. How are you?
I'm having a great day. How could I have anything but with all of this to watch and commentate and enjoy?
Oh, absolutely.
Jeff getting on the board with this 9 ball top right corner pocket. No skunk here.
Yeah, Jeff says it's not over yet.
I think that's the goal anytime you play one of these monsters, right?
Oh,
It's just don't get whitewashed.
Yeah, right. Get a game, and if you can get more, get more. And if you can win, well, I don't know how you feel after you beat somebody like Shane Van Boening.
Like you have a new feather in your cap.
Yeah.
One you never thought you'd get.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, shout out to Jeremy Long last weekend taking down Shane. That was a big match.
Yeah, that was down at the Marculus, right?
Yep. Yeah, I think down at Hard Times in Sacramento.
I made it down there last year. I wasn't there in time to play, but I got to spend a few hours there and watch, and it's just an incredible vibe down at Hard Times.
Oh yeah, I haven't made it out there yet. I'm looking forward to sometime next year being able to get myself out there and go and maybe meet all the guys with Post Up and Windows Open and Oscar and all that. So
yeah.
So anyways, enough about Hard Times. Yeah, we're at the Golden Fleece today.
It is down at Everett, Washington.
Yeah, I'm actually about an hour south right now in a hotel. I couldn't quite make it up there, but yeah, man, what an exciting tournament. I remember the event from last year.
I haven't made it down to watch in person. I mean, I watched online last year, and then when Justin and EvoSports said they were going to be doing this year, and there might be an opportunity to commentate, I made sure I had the weekend free.
Yeah, I had something big come up here in Tacoma. I live down in Salem, Oregon, and so I'm kind of trying to shuffle in and out of what I got going here and here. I mean, this is incredible. I mean, we're commentating the 4th best player in the world. So huge shout out to EvoSports and what they do, and the fact that I can sit in this hotel room remotely commentate this match is
well, and I'm sitting 3 hours north of Everett, right up here in Canada. So
yeah, very, very cool system. We have it at 2 of our venues down in Salem, and I have a studio seat there, and I'm able to commentate local matches. So really, really, really cool system. And I'm really glad that it's starting to get out there, and especially in a tournament like this. So
going airborne.
And Shane just makes it look so easy, man. Cool. Like I knew that as he's down on that shot, like it's just so smooth, and the jump and the distance, like it's all timed.
How many hours of work went into that?
Probably 8 to 10 hours a day for a very long time is what I've heard around the pool community.
Well, have you seen those streams that Shane himself has done where he's just at home working on his break?
No. I think, and he has that big poster.
And all he's doing is working on his break.
Yeah, I was.
8 hours
who was it? I think it was Trevor earlier in a match was talking about you get up to this level, right? And like the difference between like the 700 level player and the 800 level player really breaks down to the break, and some consistency here and there, but it's really the break is huge. Like you can't stress enough that it is the biggest.
Oh, that
biggest part of the
come up a
game.
little short there.
Well, it's going to give Jeff another opportunity.
I can't imagine what it takes to get there.
Yeah, it's so much work.
You think Jeff might try and cut this 2 off the 5 towards the end rail and just leave the cue ball up table, or?
Yeah, you could. You could kind of try to come behind the 5, and you have like a lot. Oh, my mouse got stuck. You have a lot of wallage to work with back here. He didn't quite get it, so he's going to leave an opening on the 2. Yeah, I kind of like that. It looked like he was pretty close to the 5 when he did that. So
seemed like he rushed that one a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing like a guy like Shane, right? You don't think straight.
Well, it's hard to control the nerves, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Shane just looks like he's just so calm.
Yeah, he's relaxed. I don't know if he's I remember last year he was chasing a flight at the end of the tournament.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Shane with kind of like a
this isn't going to work
deal
well,
here.
Though.
Really trying to just pocket the 2 and break that up, but the 9 was close to falling. Yeah, he was chasing a flight last year, so he was just flying through the finals with Spencer, and got the win. I think it was a pretty big money difference, so I'm sure he wasn't, he wasn't gonna just leave. And I believe he made his flight, so
everything works out sometimes. Jeff trying to thin the 4, get it in behind the 5. He's not going to be behind it, but he's taken the 1 rail, that side rail away from Shane. Shane's going to have to go up and down.
Yeah, here coming up and down, you can get in trouble. I think you're going to have to come up and down and come off the rail first.
I think as long as you've got some speed to it.
You can get some speed to it and come up behind the 5 or behind the 6.
Yeah, if you roll this pocket weight, then you're going to be in big trouble. But if you get enough speed in it, you'll hit the 4 and then roll that extra 6-8 inches.
I was gonna
hit, and he did get clear. I'm not sure if he got all the way to that edge of the 5 that he could have potted in the top right, but
I think here you can just take this in this top left corner and just kind of stun the cue ball into the rail and maybe trickle out a little bit. It'll leave you right on the 5.
Yeah, just a little bottom left to draw it into the rail and check it, and you should sit there for the 5 as long as you don't overpower it. Just like that.
Just like that.
Jeff sitting at just over 600 is no slouch of a player either.
Yeah, I mean.
And he took out Tyler Blowers.
Okay.
Tyrell Blowers. I think it was in the first round. I just looked it up, so I'm not sure. Jay Zhang, yes, it is 7-foot diamonds. Jeff looking good to get another one under his belt here. Get a little bit of a thin cut on the 6. He's going to walk around and take a look at it. If he can hold it up and play the 7 in the same pocket.
Yeah, you can hold it that way. I don't really like coming out to take that 7 in the top, right? So I like kind of just coming just above that 9 or just behind it.
As long as you don't get trapped by it.
Yep.
That'll work. Whoa.
I have an idea. Oh, he'd never mind. It looked like he did want it in the side.
He did want it in the side.
I've had conversations with a guy about shots like that where you're on the 8 ball and you got to get shape on the 9. And here, I think in that situation, yeah, you take that in the side. But there are some situations where, it's potentially better to just come up table, you use your cue ball control, use your stroke, and take the money ball down in a corner. It gives you less opportunity to get weird. But you can get some weird angles, kind of trying to get shape for the side pocket. But I think, yeah, he hit that ball with some speed.
Yeah, because I didn't think he had to move it that far to have it in the side pocket. I mean, I know, like you're saying, you'd rather shoot it to a corner just because corners behave like they're bigger.
Oh, yeah.
But from that angle, that position, I wouldn't have been worried about the side pocket. And then to see him draw the line, like, where the heck are you going? I was supposed to shoot you in the side.
Yeah.
But
it doesn't matter. Jeff's got 2 games on SVB, and let's see if we can get a couple more and just kind of keep chipping at it.
And SVB broke dry. Yep. Words are hard.
It's getting late. I'm sure these guys are going to start feeling it at some point too. Got a couple problems here. The 6 and the 8. The 3 is definitely bankable. And it looks like you could potentially run into that 5 and maybe just get somewhere over here to where you can cut that 4. But the 6 and the 3 are definitely problems. The 1
looks like it might go on the side from there. Not sure if it goes by the 8.
The 6, yeah, the 6. Well, that's a close one.
Tough to tell from this angle.
But enough about those. I mean, what are you going to do here on this 1 ball? You know, you're looking at safe. It doesn't really have a pocket. You're going to have to come up with some sort of safety. I wonder if you can kind of, I mean, this is crazy, but kind of come this way and try to sneak into this area.
Or you could just make it.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, okay, I don't know why I didn't see that coming either. I got to get used to looking at the table from the studio, because I'm so used to looking at the table from the table.
Well, to be fair, this angle is really tough to tell exactly what they have to shoot at.
Right.
I mean, I realize you're kind of limited with where you can mount cameras and that, but this one's a particularly difficult angle to really analyze the table and see what's available.
It looks to play safe there and succeeds, it looks like. A couple of sponsors at this tournament, Miyuchi, Q-Tech, and Lux. Haven't heard of Lux before, but I'm definitely going to do some research after this match.
Lux is Jason Weir's company, and they build high-end golf carts.
Okay. You play any golf, Colin?
Not well.
Yeah, me neither, but I play.
No, I don't mind golf, but I'm certainly not anywhere near as competent in golf as I am in pool.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's the debate that Earl has that pool is way harder than golf. It's a touchy subject.
I've always been of the mind that golf is harder, but pool is more frustrating. And my reasoning is that in golf, your whole body is moving. You're hitting a ball down at your feet with an oddly weighted stick. You're knocking it 300-400 yards. This is not easy. In pool, you're sighting right down a perfectly straight instrument to a perfectly round ball. You're moving one body part and you still miss.
Yeah.
And your longest shot is shorter than almost any putting green you've ever seen.
Even mini golf courses. Pool table is smaller than most mini golf holes. So Shane doing beautiful work here.
Getting out to get on the hill.
Yep, put himself on the hill. Pacific Northwest pool thing says it's so cool that EvoSports has made this happen, and thank you guys for doing the commentary. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm just very grateful I'm able to get on this and kind of do, what Colin and I are doing right now. Remotely commentating this match is unreal, and to be a part of it is really, really awesome. So thanks for that, Jesse, and I'm looking forward to coming onto your show in August. So
Yeah, it's just a fantastic way to spend a weekend, getting to commentate and spend some time watching this. It's fantastic. Big shout out to EvoSports. And now you said Jesse and a show?
I think it's Jesse. I haven't quite met him yet, but yeah, he does this thing on the weekends. It's called Dominant Beasts, and you get a matchup, and you guys play, and whoever wins that match that week, they take a picture with this big giant trophy that they had made. I don't know the whole scoop about it, but that's kind of what I can see from the social media aspect. And basically, he's just hosting matches at his home and commentating them and streaming them. And I reached out and said, like, hey, I got a match. I would like to play this guy. We would like to play each other. And he said, yeah, let's make it happen. He said, yeah, in the chat, August 18th. So, yeah, August 18th at 4 p.m., I'll be playing a match on Pacific Northwest Pool Thing. So, if you're subscribed to EvoSports on YouTube, find Pacific Northwest Pool Thing on YouTube and Facebook and give them a follow and a subscribe. And
I'll make a note of that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll watch for it.
More pool, the better, right?
Man, what a time to be a fan of pool.
I know, this is incredible. I mean, I can see, I remember 2 years ago, everybody's talking about pool, how it's dying off and this and that, and what Matchroom has done, even what Windows Open and Post Up and all these streaming services, all the things that they're doing for pool, it's really starting to grow and change. So what happened here?
Jeff got down and fired the 3-ball, but rattled it in the jaws and spit it out, trying to power draw the cue ball back to the head rail and out for the 4.
Yeah.
And he's left Shane this, which is not really I don't really see an offensive shot here.
I'll be back in 2 seconds, Colin.
Sure, no worries. Shane probably just going to knock the 3-ball off the end rail back up table, let that cue ball get in behind the 5. It's going to squeak out a little bit. Nope. Solidly in behind the 5 and the 8. Also helping note. So Jeff's going to take a little walk around the table. See if he can figure out some sort of simple kick pattern to get after that 3.
I'm back. I mean, it looks like Jeff's back at the table, so I'm sure he is very pleased. It doesn't look like he has quite the shot, but
I'm not sure if that angle is there for the 1-rail kick. It looks like the 9 is in the road.
I was watching earlier, and I've noticed the action the cue ball is kind of getting off the rails. So if he were to do it, I know the felt isn't brand new. There is action and check being played off these rails, so it's possible to hold that cue ball. I liked your line. I mean, if you look at it with the lines, right, it doesn't.
It looks like the 6 is more likely with the 1-rail kick, right?
I mean, this is crazy, but I think that's what he's looking at. Actually, is you can come
2 rails,
2 rails back behind it.
And pretty much the only thing he doesn't want to do here is hit it full in the face. If he can just clip the side of it, he'll get some separation between the 2.
Or make it. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Jeff Jimenez with a 2-rail kick. He is having a blast right now. He loved that.
That's fantastic.
Nice shot, Jeff.
It's my favorite shot in pool is the kick shot.
Yeah, I got my buddy Anthony. I don't know if you're watching, but the kick shot, that's his shot. I like to bank it, and he likes to kick it, and to each their own. So Jeff's still at the table. Shane gave him an opportunity to come back and took advantage of it. Let's see what he can do with this 4-ball.
Bank it into the top left corner. That's going to come short, but the cue ball is going to get in behind the 9. Looked like it was tracking towards the corner, but it ran out of steam. That'll bring Shane Van Boning back to the table.
Yeah, I remember last year Shane made this jump shot with his player cue in the finals. It was unreal. With draw and perfect shape on the 2. So let's see what Shane can do here.
Do you remember that kick shot that Stan Trancher made, the 2-rail kick shot?
Was that this weekend or last weekend?
Last year.
I mean, that's what I meant. This weekend or last year. No, I don't remember that one. I might have to see if I can find that match.
Oh, that was insane. I forget who he was playing.
Yeah, I was talking to Trevor earlier, and they were talking about Stan. He was talking about Stan being like a bar box. I think he was looking for the right word, and I think it was like wizard. He didn't quite say magician, more or less a wizard. So I haven't really seen Stan play, like watched one of his matches, but I really like to watch Stan play.
Well, it's strange to think of it, but you actually have, I think you have 2 world champions in that pool hall right now. Shane, of course. Do you know who the other world champion is?
I off the top of my head, I can't. I've been so busy, I haven't really looked at the bracket, so it wouldn't come to my head.
He won the.
Is it Corey Deuel?
World 9-ball championship in 1976.
Man.
Dan Louis.
Really?
Yeah,
I met
Dan
at the Bigglebox booth in Vegas, and we played a couple. I think we played a race to 5, and I got a couple games on him. And somebody was like, "You know who you just played?" I've heard the name before, but a world champion. Wow.
Yeah, and I didn't know this, right? I looked it up on Wikipedia, Google, whatever, right, just to see if I could find any background on some of the players. And 1976, Dan Louis defeated Mike Siegel in the finals.
What? Wow. That's awesome. Yeah, I remember starting in pool. I was watching Pro Pool on YouTube. I didn't know what I was looking at, and Mike Siegel always came up. And
but that's going to be it for Shane Van Boning and Jeff Jimenez as Shane takes it down 7-2.
Well, Colin, it was a pleasure to be able to jump on and commentate the rest of this match with you.
Yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day, and I'll just end up watching the next matches.
Yeah, I think I got some free time now, so I think I'm going to try to stick around and see if there's another match I can commentate.
All right. Well, thanks very much. Nice to meet you, Zach.
Yep,
thanks, everybody, for watching.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to EvoSports. Follow them. Pacific Northwest Pool Thing is a great gig here in the Pacific Northwest as well. And check out Golden Fleece Billiards in Everett, Washington.
And if you wanted to see that kick shot from Stan, Greg Prendergast posted it in the chat. It's a 2-rail kick he made last year on Rob Sayas.
Okay. Cool.
Well, thanks very much, everybody. Enjoy the next match.
All right. Have a good night, Colin.
You too. Take care, sir.
Bye.